Welcome to Insights into Insurance from the A-Team at Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is educational in nature and not intended to be acted upon without first consulting the appropriately licensed professional.
It's a Saturday morning. That means, of course, it's time for our Insights into Insurance program here on 1450 KATE. It's brought to you by Americana Insurance here in Albert Lea. Mike Whitus is your host, but the man with all of the knowledge about insurance is Tom Sorensen. And good morning to you, Tom.
Hey, buddy. How's it going, Mike?
It's going well. We've had the heat and humidity yesterday. Today it's not going to be too bad, but we need to keep the sun shining as we move forward here. It would be nice.
Yeah, I hope this summer can turn around where we can have some decent weather for everybody. I mean, the rain stop, maybe cool down a little bit, but still have good weather for the farmers. That's what I'm hoping for.
And, of course, you've been busy being involved in the community from Wind Down Wednesdays, but also now over in Wells, part of the Summer in the City, you had a very unique competition, the Nationwide Jingle.
Yeah, we can announce the winner now. Wells had a Summer in the City, and as you know, we have a satellite office in Wells, and that evening we had a nationwide jingle contest, and basically we were able to put it on Facebook, and then people were able to go in and vote for a winner. And I'm happy to announce the winner was Dylan Bonsack of Wells, and Dylan won 4 tickets to the Twins game in August, compliments and in coordination with Kate Radio and together with us.
And Dylan, congratulations. It looks like, looking at the tally here, Dylan had 89 votes, second place, not too far behind with 67.
Exactly. I think it was 89 to 67. If not, I'm real close. I wrote those numbers down as I was just walking in here and trying to remember. I think that was close to the number, but yeah, so, you know, it was a really neat contest, and I think I think Dylan had plenty of good family members to help him out there, so that was awesome. I'm happy for him.
Now, you turning that into Nationwide, and maybe Brad Paisley is on the ropes here?
Maybe Brad Paisley is on the ropes. Yeah, Brad and Paisley, and oh man, we got quite a few of them. But yeah. So
congratulations.
That would be interesting to see. Maybe Dylan can become on a Nationwide commercial.
There you go. The winner, Dylan Bonsack of Wells, winning up those 4 tickets on the Nationwide Jingle winner, part of the Wells Summer in the City. Let's jump into the program here, Tom, and we did get an email this week. It says, "Hello, Tom and Mike. I really like your show, and I find it to be interesting information. My question is, what do the rates for health insurance look like they're going to be for the upcoming year? It is a big part of my budget, and I'd like to know what to expect as soon as possible." And this comes in from Colin.
Yeah, Colin. Well, I'm glad that you did ask, because I just actually got some information on this the other day, and it's a short answer. It's not. I can't give you a whole long answer because there's a lot yet to be determined and seen. But there is going to be some lower individual health insurance rates. The Minnesota Commerce Department provided some good news the other day, releasing preliminary individual market health insurance rates for the 2019 plan year, and individual market participants should see rates fall again for the second year in a row, with plans showing decreases ranging from 3% to more than 12%. The fall in rates is a big part due to the reinsurance bill passed by the legislature last season, among other reforms that have been done with the health insurance. These rates are preliminary and subject to review by the Minnesota Department of Commerce, but the final rates will be posted by October 2nd of 2018, just so he knows when that is.
And it's coming up fast here because we're right around the corner. Fall is going to be here before we know it. So put it on the calendar, folks. October 2nd, 2018, we should see some information on final rates for 2018.
Right.
You've got some other interesting information as we're talking about lower health insurance, Tom.
Yeah, I've just put together this, kind of some ideas of just throwing out some information here. I would say insurance snippets. And speaking of lower health insurance, there was a survey that was done by Salesforce.com that shows that the majority of people between 18 and 34 would be willing to let insurance companies dig through their digital data from social media to health devices if it meant lowering their premiums. In the younger group, 62% said they'd be happy for insurers to use a third-party data from the likes of Facebook, fitness apps, and smart home devices to lower prices. Of the older generations, 35 to 54-year-old, that's 45% are happy to allow insurers broad access to their digital identity, while only 27% of those 55 and older would be willing to do that. And that survey was from more than 8,000 consumers. So it's just some interesting how the younger generation is they're kind of an open book. They feel like they're an open book with social media, these, and using these fitness apps or whatever. Who knows? Maybe it could come down to they can tell by the phone of how much you're driving or what are your driving habits. It's hard to say.
Yeah, the older generation, the 55 and older that I fall into, maybe more of a conservative. We kind of watch what we put out on Facebook. We watch what we're doing on our phones.
Yep.
We may not always, I think of the older folks, 70, 80 years old, that, they're a little reluctant to actually even give out an email address or do any texting. So the millenniums are changing the world.
They are. We're our age of people are a little bit more, that we like to live life a little bit more private. So, and keep people out of our business, I guess. And the millenniums are used to it.
They're wide open, and that's just fine because it takes all crowds to make the world go around.
Right.
Another topic, Tom, that we want to touch on this Saturday morning with our Insights into Insurance program, and that's Minnesota law is cracking down on a couple of different things, and the first one that comes to mind is this distracted driving.
Well, it sounds like there should have been cracking down, but actually what happened here was so I've got some things that some of the Minnesota different law making items here. Distracted driving was of interest that received a great deal of public attention, failed to make it to the floor to a vote in either the House or Senate. A prohibition on handheld cell phone use while driving that was supported by many in the insurance industry and had considerable bipartisan support, something that they actually agree on, but was kept off the floor by legislative leaders. Why this occurred is still unclear. A related proposal to merely increase the penalties for driving while texting was contained in the budget bill that was vetoed by the governor and therefore will not become law, which is I'm just really strange that it didn't even come to a vote,
Yeah, and I know locally there was a family that had a father that was killed by distracted driving, that the lady was actually texting on her phone, and that family I know was up at the legislature trying to get this passed. And as you say, it was a bipartisan getting together, and why the governor just threw his veto line through there, I guess we don't know. But some of the things about distracted driving, there are some mind-boggling facts, Tom, on driving and texting.
There is, and approximately 25% of all motor vehicle crash fatalities are accounted for distractive driving. This is based on statistics from teensafe.com. Driver distraction is reported to be responsible for more than 58% of teen crashes. There was 3,477 traffic deaths last year. That's almost 10 per day.
Wow.
In the United States. I mean, in the other thing is 16 and 19-year-olds are 3 times as likely to be involved in a fatal car crash than any other age group. Well, you know why? Not only are they inexperienced drivers, but the issue is kind of what we were talking about before, is they're on their phones. I mean,
they're on their phones. They're talking to their passengers, and
Right.
not really paying attention. We're going to take our first break, Tom. We want to talk a little bit about, maybe what are your thoughts about this issue as we're visiting with Tom Sorensen, Americana Insurance, on our Insights into Insurance program here on Kate. When we come back, we'll kind of get Tom's thoughts on what do we do about distracted drivers here on Kate Radio.
You got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Brad, I can help with coverages. Man-to-man coverage, zone coverage, combo coverage.
I don't know, Peyton. I was thinking the types of coverages that your nationwide agent offers.
Oh, like home, auto, business, life, farm, boat, your tour bus.
Products availability varies by state, agent, and other factors. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company, Columbus, Ohio.
For all your many sides, there's Nationwide. Call Americana Insurance Group at Albert Lea and Wells today.
And welcome back to our Insights into Insurance program here on 1450 KATE. Mike White is your host, along with Tom Sorensen from Americana Insurance. And Tom, we were talking before the break about distracted driving. Just kind of not to throw you under the bus, but let's talk about, maybe what are some of your thoughts on this distracted driving?
And some people might not care what my thoughts are, but I guess I just think that, obviously, it didn't get passed through the local government and about the distracted driving, or the what I want to say, the texting and things like that. And so my thoughts are, I think we need to put pressure on the phone carriers to create technology to stop this epidemic. And I believe that there is actually technology out there, but I'm guessing that if you're a phone provider, the last thing they want to be is the first one out there and say that this is what we got, because who's buying mostly those cell phones? Or I should say, with everybody is, but
the millenniums.
Millenniums are buying them, and my guess is they aren't going to want to buy one that won't allow them to look at it in their vehicle or not. Well, maybe if everybody is required to do that, or if the phone makers are required to do that, that's where I think that's where I would like to see that. I don't like to see laws made to take away people's rights and stuff, but sometimes, I don't know, I just look at it as we need laws to protect from ourselves.
I can tell you, Tom, I have an AT&T phone, and when I'm driving in my vehicle, I have a button that comes up. I don't even have to touch it. And if someone's trying to text me, they can call, but if they're trying to text me, a message will come up. I'm not available. I'm driving. I'll call you back as soon as I'm safe. So it's a program with AT&T, I know, that comes up, and I'm sure other providers
and
as
I'm
well.
sure that there's a program to do it. It's just I would like to see it be that it's automatically that it does not come through or something like that while you're driving. Once you're done driving, that it can detect that, then it can come through. But that's what I would like to see. But we'll see if that happens.
And of course, we can wait and hope that the legislature and the Senate next year, this comes back to tuition and they actually will get it passed.
Right.
Weather is pretty nice out, and one thing that we had earlier this week, of course, there was no wake restrictions on Fountain Lake and Albert Lea Lake. You couldn't really get out there and use your boat. But let's talk on this Saturday, being it's so nice, and we have the 4th of July week, I should say, coming up here. Let's talk a little bit about boat liability.
Yeah, we're talking about legislator laws in Minnesota. There was another highly visible issue relating to eliminating family member exclusions from liability under boat and umbrella policies. That also failed to make it to the floor. Now, to me, that was a good thing. Okay, this is why. It was strongly opposed in the industry, the insurance industry, on this bill, brought to the Capitol by a young woman, and I believe she is
Fox 9 News.
Fox 9 News. She was on the air, so she had a platform where she could say, well, what happened is she had a situation in her family where I believe a foot was cut off or something like that, and she tried to make a claim against her own insurance to pay for this. Well, I can tell you, if you start having that, so if you're in a car accident or something and you get hurt, and you can start getting money from your own policy, or you know what I'm saying, liability claims back at you. boy, you're gonna look out. You're gonna double, triple, quadruple your cost of your insurance. Okay,
And that'll affect everybody. So their premiums are going to go through
absolutely. So believe it or not, I know that people say, "Oh, insurance would pay for everything." Well, I can tell you, if that would have went through, that would have caused a lot of damage to people in the future. So
just a couple of laws that we've talked about here in Minnesota. And, of course, Tom, they can always get a hold of you at Americana Insurance, 377-2000, or they can also send you an email.
They can send it at insights@americanainsurance.com to ask me questions, or they can go to americanainsurance.com or check us out on the Facebook.
And, of course, a big holiday is coming up on Wednesday.
Yeah, and please, everybody, please be safe no matter if you're traveling, if you're using fireworks. Please keep safe. One last thing, too, our farmers, you got a deadline coming up here, July 15th, to get certified at the FSA office and at my office for crop insurance. So the sooner the better.
All right. Tom, have a great 4th of July. Be safe.
You too, Mike. Take care.
That's Tom Sorensen with Americana Insurance, and that'll wrap up our Saturday edition of our Insights into Insurance program here on 1450 KATE.
You've been listening to Insights into Insurance from the Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is educational in nature and not intended to be acted upon without first consulting the appropriately licensed professional.